All right. Good morning. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. Today, I'm not going to be doing too much today. It doesn't look like because I have two doctor's appointments and they're kind of far from my house. And I live on the East Coast, so I got to leave at 11 o'clock. So I don't know if I'm going to get a trade off in the morning. I don't like to trade the first half hour of the session. But we'll see. I'm not going to force a trade, but we'll see if something tasty pops up between 10 o'clock and 11. So I'm continuing with Mark Douglas's 20 trade test from his book, Trading in the Zone. I'm trading the 9 EMA strategy, which means two green candles above the 9 EMA, this blue line, I go long and buy puts, buy calls, and two red candles below the 9 EMA, I go short and buy puts. All right, so that's the strategy. And the risk management part of it is I'm looking to get $300 out of it and then put in a trailing stop, a 10-cent trailing stop. Um, and on the downside, if I'm in calls and I get a red candle closing below the 9 EMA, I'm going to get out. If I'm in puts and I get a green candle close above the 9 EMA, I'm going to get out. And that's it. That's the strategy. Mark Douglas wants you, this whole exercise is to eliminate emotion from your trading and be a machine. And you heard that, it's the market just opening up. And wants you to be a machine so you can, a computer, and just you have your trade set up. It appears you take it. And, uh, and that's it. And that's it. The whole exercise of the book is to eliminate um, emotion from your trading, which is very difficult to do, as you've seen probably for yourself. You've heard other, even very successful traders talk about it, even 10 years into their trading career, talking about how emotion just, it's always there. It's always under the surface, ready to come out at the worst possible time. It's just something as a trader you're going to have to deal with. And this is Mark Douglas's book is a great book to read. Its total focus is on emotion. Hence the title, Trading in a Zone. He wants you to be in a zone and be zoned in on your trading strategy without any emotion. But all right, so market just opened up, and I'll see if something decent pops up. If my you know trade trade setup pops up, but I'm not going to push anything. You can see right here on this first 2 minute candle, you can see why I don't like to trade the first 20 or 30 minutes. I mean, what are you going to do with this? This is, you know, there's no point. You have to be disciplined. You have to have your set of rules and stick to them. Yeah. So here's it. This is a perfect example of why I don't trade the first 20 or 30 minutes. If you were going off here, the pre-market, these two candles closing on there, and you bought puts here, you would quickly be in some significant drawdown. This is up and down, and the market just take off on you like that. It's too it's too volatile as soon as the market opens. That's why I wait. Okay, so a half an hour of trading has commenced. You could see this up and down nonsense, these long wicks, long candles. I don't want to get messed up in that. So now we have one green candle closed above the 9 EMA, and we'll see what happens if we can get a second one. Okay, I'm in on calls. We had two green candles, close above the 90 MA. So I'm long 5 SPY calls. All right. That trade didn't work out. I got a red candle closed below the 90 MA, so I got out of that at 316. So that was a $85 loss. I'm going to shut down now because I got to get to the doctors. I'll do a little recap at the end. All right. So I'm back at the end of the day. It's 5:35 Eastern time. Market's already closed, an hour and a half. So I had 2 doctor's appointments today. I couldn't do much trading. I took one trade and lost. I think it was right here. Yeah, right here. These 2 green candles. I took 5 calls, and I got out right on this very next candle. Took a $91 loss. So I'll throw those 2 trades up on the screen in a minute. So had I traded today, it doesn't look like it was a very good day. Here's 2 red candles. 2 red candles closed below the 90 MA. Would have gotten a little bit out of that. Not much. Then I had 2 green candles close above. Not much there. Then 2 red candles close below. This would have been a nice trade. 2 green candles close above. This would have been a nice trade. 2 red candles here. Not really, nothing there. 2 green candles here, not much there. 2 red candles here, nothing there. 2 greens here, that would have been a loser. There's 2 red candles here. I probably would have gotten out here with this green candle right after it closing above. But this would have been a nice trade here. 2 red candles out of that. So, I mean, I like this 9 EMA strategy. But today I might have taken three losers in a row, but my losses would have been small. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. The rest of the day, it was just up, down, up, down. Not really all that much going on. Yeah, and by the time you get to after 3:30, I'm not really interested in taking trades. Even after 3 o'clock, I'm not really interested in taking trades after 3 o'clock. I think the sweet spot is really between 10 and 2, to be totally honest with you. But let me bring up the trades that I did. So here's the 2 trades. I went long 5 calls at $3.33 and then sold them shortly after for $3.16. You could see I paid $16.68 for them, sold them at $15.76. That was a $91 loss for the day. So that's it. It's probably a good thing that I had 2 doctor's appointments today and I couldn't trade. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right. I'm hoping that I think that I'm giving you a good idea of what day trading is like. I'm still new at day trading. I've been investing long term for 35 years. And like I said before, it doesn't mean I would be a good day trader. And just the same, a good day trader doesn't mean that they'd be good at long term investing. I hope they would be. I hope they're not counting on just trading
into their retirement, say, oh, okay, there's my retirement plan. You better be putting money away if you're making money trading. All right. So hopefully you got something out of this. You could, even though this was a short video because I didn't trade that much, but I'm showing you what's happening. I took a trade, I lost, I got out quick, took a $91 loss. I didn't blow up my $40,000 account that I'm using for day trading, right? I just didn't sit in the position. I'm showing you what I'm doing based on the strategy I'm using and the rules that I have set for myself. All right, subscribe to the channel. If you would, be kind and give it a like and share it with anyone you think might get something out of it. And I will see you tomorrow.